Solana is likely to make an aggressive move to the downside below $30. Wouldn't it be great if there was a clear pattern signal that told us it's very likely to occur before it occurs so we can short the market and take profits or enter a short position beforehand? Well, that's what we're going to cover today. So let's dive straight in. So recently I've launched something called the R15 Crypto Gym. And this yesterday was yesterday's workout where I said market's looking like it's making a 5-wave sequence to the downside. And what we're constantly looking for are these A, B, C corrections. And Solana was at this A, so we're likely to get this B over here and then a final move up. Now, when we dive into a live chart with Solana, so we're just going to dive into a live chart. So let's just get into a live chart. You can see this was yesterday. It says next steps, wait patiently for a wave 2 high probability pattern price setup. And that point is today. So now Solana has done pretty much, we did the video here, it's done a nice wave B and a wave C. So the biggest thing that you want to be aware of, it's an hourly chart by the way, is that the markets only have a certain amount of patterns that tend to unfold. And one of the best ways by far is Elliott waves of reading the markets. Because what you can clearly see here, and we did this in advance, a nice wave 1, 2, an aggressive 3, 4, 5, something called the principle of equality. When wave 3 is aggressive like this and impulsive, wave 1 and 5 tend to equal each other, right? Tend to be very equal. And then typically corrections, ABCs of a wave 2 tend to be 78.6. So we've got these time and price retracements. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit because there's a couple of things I want to cover with you today. So what would be a good entry point? Well, in today's workout in the Solana Crypto Gym, which I just bring it up down here, I've said the notes. We have a high probability short trade setup. Today we covered a high probability entry strategy with minimal capital exposure. So what are we talking about here? Well, more often than not, wave C's, this wave C over here, tend to break down into a 5-wave sequence. And this looks like the ending, possibly something called a 5th wave diagonal, ending 5th wave diagonal of a wave C. So if we go below this swing low, that's very high probability that this wave C top's going to hold. But another thing you can do is wait for a pattern reversal signal to be a bit safer. And the next pattern reversal signal is actually something called an overlap. If the price overlaps into the former range, into this range over here, and then make some type of pullback, that's another strong entry point. So why are we so confident that we're likely to see downside movement as opposed to upside movement? So there's a big secret. I'm going to share it with you today. And by the way, I've got the R15 Crypto Gym. We're doing a 7-day trial for £1 and you'll get access to a lot of goodies. The Solana workouts, we've got BNB daily workouts, very high probability setups. You're going to get an invite to my Telegram group. You're going to get my charts. So what you see today with Solana, we've also added Bitcoin as well. Solana, my latest analysis, you'll get literally the live chart and you can plug it into your own trading view. You get a 7-day bootcamp. So I'm going to give you some high quality training on Elliott wave, Fibonacci, so you can really upskill yourself and plenty of other things as well. So let's just zoom out of this. We're on a 1-hour chart, right? We're going to zoom out even just at this point here. What information do we have here? Let me just clean this up a little bit for your viewpoint. What information do we have that we can see in advance with a pattern structure, right? What is the market representing? What is Solana telling us about the buying and selling behavior? Well, the selling tends to be quite aggressive. It's called impulsive, right? Quite aggressive to the downside. And the buying tends to be overlapping. That represents weakness. The next move to the downside, very aggressive, impulsive, right? It's got impulsive sequence with non-overlapping waves. And then the movement to the upside seems corrective. It's too early to say, but it looks like an A, B, C correction. So now we need to look into the future of what's likely to occur. Well, what's typically likely to occur after an ABC correction? Well, more often than not, believe it or not, it's the continuation of the prior trend. What's the prior trend? Is this. So as a minimum, we should anticipate something similar, but more often than not, the next wave tends to be more impulsive. The next wave tends to be more impulsive. So then we go, okay, where is a high probability success rate is, well, don't just try and buy at the top. We want to be signaled in. We want to be triggered into the order with the market moving in our direction. There's only one thing that's not ideal with Solana right now, and we've taken that into consideration, is if I just jump out of this hourly chart and I dive into the top right hand corner on the daily chart and I pull up the momentum, the current daily momentum is bullish. And ideally, you want the daily momentum to be in the direction that you're looking to trade. But we made an executive decision to say, okay, the pattern position overrides momentum. So it's a very clean ABC. We're going to go on a pattern reversal signal, which is the last wave 4 of a wave C low. So it has to trigger us in on a swing low. We've got the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart momentum pointing in the correct direction. And we've got Fibonacci price and Fibonacci time. So that says there's enough information for us to say there's a high probability trade setup. One thing that would have made it better is if this momentum over here on the daily was either in the overbought zone or bearish. But we also know one big down day, the blue line will cross over the red. And that's a bearish sign when you get a mid-range reversal. So if you want these kind of workouts every single day in a timely fashion, we're talking about like within minutes of me doing the analysis, you'll see the high probability setup. In the description link below, you can sign up to my 7-day trial. So test out my gym. We're all about increasing your financial health with daily consistent workouts, improving your squat technique. But the squats in this case is Solana analysis, BNB analysis, and you'll get access to some of the other charts. Currently, the other charts, we're going to be adding more. It's Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, and we're going to be adding more in the near future. If you like it, you stay. Let's make some good profits together. If you don't like it, you get to keep some of the goodies and, don't have to stay, right? You don't have to stay. All right, so let's just finish on a quote today. I'm going to go with chapter 5. It's Leonardo da Vinci from my book. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Let's keep things simple. There's 1,000 indicators. There's 1,000 different patterns. I like to keep it really simple. Double time frame momentum, pattern, Elliott waves, ideally ABC corrections with 2 degrees. So you've got wave C over wave 2. Price, they got Fibonacci retracements, extensions, external retracements, and I cover that. You cover that in some of the bootcamp in the R15 Crypto Gym in your 7-day trial. And then Fibonacci time that can add a really, really powerful piece of information because there's particular ratios that apply time and time again. All the other stuff, the news, the fundamentals, the noise, just ignore it because it's all baked into the price because it's the psychological mood that's being represented in the price. So we're just reading the psychology like we are a psychotherapist, just reading the client of Solana. Solana's crazy because it goes up and it goes down, but with our high probability techniques and experience, we can read what's likely to happen next, and we just trade that edge consistently in a confident, fearless manner, but with only 2-3% risk, and we do that consistently, time and time again, over a long, sustained period of time, and then it's consistency that wins the game, where we become the casino. So join me tomorrow for the R15 workout. There's 2 workouts per day at the moment, BNB and Solana. We're just constantly looking for high probability setups. We only take the trade if all are hanging together. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.